pen to school, you can't take notes. If you can't take notes, then you never study. If you never study, then you just fail your exams. If you fail your exams, you never get a job. You never get a job, you never go to uni, you never meet the love of your life, you never get married, you never have kids, you never do anything because you lost your parents. Hello wonderful people, it's me Angie. I hope you are having an amazing day wherever you are. Today's video is very highly requested and it is on procrastination and how to avoid it. So when I first started my channel, I wasn't really that much of a procrastinator. I've never really been that much of a procrastinator, but over the years I've started to see I can procrastinate a bit more. So this time my advice is coming from someone who genuinely procrastinates as well, so it's a bit more legit this time. But anyway, let's get to the first tip, which is something I have been screaming about for so long, and it is to work on activation energy. I was so excited because I thought, oh my gosh, I've come up with this amazing tip. Then I read this book called Atomic Habits and that guy said the exact same thing, and I was like, Activation energy is a concept in chemistry that means that you need a certain amount of energy before a reaction happens. So we can use this in a positive way and a negative way. If you want to do something more often, then you reduce the activation energy. So when I wake up, I go on a run. To make it easier for myself, my trainers are by the door so I can leave the house at any point, and on my chair where I can see as soon as I wake up, I have my leggings and my workout clothes. So for things that I want to do less of, like eating unhealthy food, I increase the activation energy, so I don't ever have unhealthy food in the house. So I would have to actually physically go outside, walk all the way to the shops, and then go and buy some unhealthy food. And because I have to put that much energy in, I realise I don't really want to go and get the unhealthy food. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you're trying to stop yourself from procrastinating, think about the things that you do to procrastinate and try to make them more difficult and make more friction involved. The next tactic for attacking procrastination is to just do it. So think about the ways you procrastinate. Maybe it is watching something, maybe it is eating something, maybe it's doing your laundry, whatever it is, make sure that when you have to get something done, whether that be something like working out, spending time with your family, study, make sure you've already done it, because if you've already eaten your full, you can't eat that much more. If you already have cups of tea next to you, you can't go and keep making them. If you've gotten those things out of the way, then you would have to put even more energy, linking back to activation energy, to find a way to procrastinate. And I know that we all find creative ways. With me, I procrastinate from one subject by doing another subject. I know, so creative. But we need to make sure that we get these things out of the way so you get to a point where you have no other option but to just do the work.
It's gonna be so bad.
My next tip, which is one that I'm so grateful for, is Flipped. Flipped is an app that I use. I have to obviously give you guys a disclaimer. I'm part of the Doers Club, so I'm affiliated with the app. But I've been using this app for a very, very, very long time. I think my current streak is about 90 days. So I'm quite proud of myself. But I go on the app and it basically it disables everything else on my phone, and I can see a little timer, and I don't want to leave because then the time I won't get the whole thing. And I know, like, oh, but I can just leave anyway, because you can leave unless you disable the leaving button, then you're stuck for however many hours, but you don't want to, and it's weird. And you will realize over time that you will have less agitation, anxiety, and desire to go on social media apps. For example, you'll want to put your phone over there, and you'll get to a point eventually when you don't even go back after an hour to like start the study cycle again. You'll just continue studying, you'll continue doing whatever you want to do. I use it to track my sleep, and it's been very, very useful, and it's part of the reason why I get 8 hours of sleep every day. But yes, 10 out of 10, I do recommend using the Flipped app. My next piece of advice is less conventional, but it's to schedule fun. If you never let yourself do the fun things, enjoyable things that you want to do, then you'll have more friction when you have to do the things that you have to do. And I'm not saying that you don't enjoy studying, schoolwork, any productive things you need to do, because some of us genuinely do. But what I'm saying is that you need to make sure that you already in the back of your mind think, let me just get this out of the way so I can go and do this thing, so I can go to the cinema, so I can maybe not go to the cinema because we're staying at home and staying safe, but I can go and play chess with my dad, which I love doing. I can go and watch a K-drama with my mum. I can go and find something that I find fulfilling, and that means that I know that, okay, there's a balance. There's only so much of enjoyable activities that I can do in a day, and unfortunately A2 differentiation is not something I can avoid, so I'll go and do the maths that I don't necessarily want to do, and I still reward myself anyway because it's already been planned. Okay, one of my favourite tips is to set the scene with music. Personally, I like using lo-fi music to study, but I'm also a big fan of classical music, so a little bit of Clair de Lune, Moonlight Sonata, Vivaldi Four Seasons. Yeah, you have to have the right music and have a nice ambiance to help you get in productive mode. But equally, if you're procrastinating from exercising, have a workout playlist, put it on, be ready, and get yourself in the vibe. Because at some point, even if it takes you longer than you would like it to, you are going to actually go and do the things that you need to do. A piece of advice that I really like that you need to take with a pinch of salt is to just go on YouTube and find a motivational video. So search motivation to study, motivation to work out, motivation to whatever. They can be dramatic. It's typically someone shouting at you, telling you that you need to work or else you'll fail in life. If you don't bring your pen to school, you can't take notes. If you can't take notes, then you never study. If you never study, then you just fail your exams. If you fail your exams, you never get a job. You never get a job, you never go to uni, you never meet the love of your life, you never get married, you never have kids, you never do anything because you lost your pen. Like, it's very dramatic and it's fear tactics. So I'm not saying you should do what they say, because a lot of them do promote hustle culture. You need to work for 12 hours a day, hard, never relax, which is not okay. But some of them can get you, you know, in the vibe to go and do what it is you need to do. Sometimes when I'm completely distraught and I just don't want to study because I'm feeling really down, I listen to them and I'm like, you know what, he's right. I need to work harder because I won't get where I want to go. An alternative to this is finding things that motivate you. So with me, you guys know that I'm applying to medicine and I really like surgery. So I might sometimes just go and watch a BBL. And that is like something that motivates me, because I know if I don't put the work in, I won't get to where I want to go, and I'll never become a plastic surgeon and do that BBL. I'll never become a neurosurgeon and do that. You see where I'm going? Make sure it's tailored to you and as specific as possible. Make sure that if you genuinely cannot do what you need to do, you just don't do it. There are some days where I have to accept I'm not going to study because I need to work and focus on my mental health. I'm not going to study because it's not my priority. I might want to have a high productivity level, but I'm not going to sacrifice my well-being for that. So you have to understand, some procrastination is coming from a place of, hey, I'm your body and I'm telling you shouldn't be doing this. So make sure you listen to your body at those times. So as always, wonderful people, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. As always, make sure you smile, subscribe, study hard, slay hard, share this video if you care, comment down below to say hello, and I will see you guys again very, very soon. Bye!